It all up on my side, he played and leave his ass stuck. Don't need to send that boy a prayer, Molly blicking, you don't count. JD, you with me right or wrong? If you
with them back in the actual video, man, this video we got High Roller. This couldn't get any worse, man. This video was recommended by one of my supporters. No cap, man. See what they talking about, man. I don't know nothing. I don't know what's going on. The title sound crazy. This couldn't get any worse. You know what I mean? So we just gonna get straight to it. See what they talking about, man. Cap.
Guys just want to be the villain. Bill Laimbeer made a career out of being the villain. Kevin Garnett and Rasheed Wallace spent their entire careers terrorizing the NBA, and they loved it. Dennis Rodman's sole mission was
KG was a threat. No cap, boy. KG ain't give a fuck about nobody or nothing. No cap.
terrorizing the NBA, and they loved it. Dennis Rodman's sole mission was to pester the other team into submission. Latrell Sprewell choked out his own coach. For better or for worse, the NBA...
He choked out what? Man! Choked out his coach. Crazy.
Latrell Sprewell choked out his own coach. For better or for worse, the NBA needs a villain. Someone we can all rally together and root against.
The NBA never get back like this, but no cap, but motherfuckers get in their coach phase, fucking choke up the coach, like real life fights in this bit, like motherfucker real life throwing hands, like no cap, motherfucker get a technical foul for just doing like this. About it. Nigga Tatum got a technical foul just to bounce the ball like this. Like niggas real life back then, like throwing hands, shorty, no cap.
And right now, that villain is Dillon Brooks. Or at least, that's what he thinks.
Says ain't no damn villain, boy. His ass a goofy. That's what he is.
Because this season alone,
he could have played Pat Bev or Draymond Green, and so this nigga said Dillon Brooks. His ass ain't no threat.
Brooks has managed to become public enemy #1 by getting into fights with Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Edwards, Pascal Siakam, Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Chris Middleton, Draymond Green, James Harden, 7'2", 300-pound Joel Embiid, half the Spurs roster, and Shannon freaking Sharp.
And you don't want to get into it. Lay your ass out, no faking. But look though, look, this is how I see it. He don't get into it with he don't want to get into it with only the best players. See how he's named KD, James, like the people like that. Like you don't never see one of the people like motherfuckers like probably like no disrespect, but Melton on the 76ers or fucking Kobe White on the board. He don't get into it. He want to get into it with the star players, the superstars, to make him look good type shit, but not knowing that that's fucking up his team. You feel me? So the reason the Grizz got put at the finals is blaming on Dillon Brooks. No faking. If he never would have poked the belt, shit would have never went wrong like that. You feel me? He just want to pick he want to get into it or act tough with the superstar, Lord. No, he ain't like that. He'll get his ass fucked up.
It's as if Dillon Brooks woke up one day and made a list of the greatest active NBA players and said, F it, I'll take all of them. This has to be some sort of NBA record, a speed run on how to be unanimously despised
I vote Dan, though. No fake. I vote
by everyone. But of all the players Brooks decided to go after this season, of all the great players he provoked and pissed off on his way to 6 points and 3 rebounds on 38% shooting, I think Dillon Brooks missed the memo on LeBron James. Because this ain't the bear you want to poke. See, in the NBA, there is a fragile balance between how good a player is and the acceptable amount of annoyance they are granted. Shout out to June Lee from ESPN for this concept because it explains this duality perfectly. Now, the better a player is, the more annoying he's allowed to be. For example, Joel Embiid is fairly annoying, but he's really good, so he's way above the threshold. Giannis isn't really annoying at all, and he's the best player in the league, so he's about as far above the threshold as you can get, right next to Nikola Jokic. And most elite players around the league fall.
I'm trying to see if they got any wrong people on this bitch. Okay. It's alright.
All somewhere in this region. Guys like LeBron, Steph, Lillard, Tatum, Butler, really good and just annoying enough to make it fun. but this is a delicate thing to maintain.
Oh,
Because
LeBron
when you're
annoying.
good
LeBron
enough,
don't
you
look
can be
annoying.
about
He
as annoying as you want to
swat
be,
and
until
kill
you're
shit.
not good enough and become unanimously insufferable. Ben Simmons is the poster child for this phenomenon, but Draymond Green and Chris Paul have also fallen victim to this as well. Really annoying and slowly declining in ability as the years go along.
No,
Now, some
fake.
players
I'm
have
glad they put fucking Ben Simmons over there. And shit. Chris Paul right now, in the playoff right now, he's bad. I'll put him up there though. I'll put him in the green. I won't put him in the red. DeJounte Murray, I'll put him in the green. I won't put him in the red. Who else? Who else? Josh Hart. Seth, no, I bought that with Seth Curry, Ben Simmons. But Pat, oh yeah, I see Pat Bear.
actually had an opposite trajectory. Not that good and extremely annoying early on in their career, but as their game improved, their antics have decreased. The redemption arc. You love to see it. But some players have taken it upon themselves to be as annoying as humanly possible while refusing to hold up their end of the bargain. Instigators who have absolutely no reason to be the way they are. Players like Pat Bev, Marcus Morris, Tristan Thompson, and even going back in time, there's been some absolute villains throughout NBA history. And yet, somehow, Dillon Brooks has found a way to be worse than all of them. Never before have I seen a player who is as unanimously disliked as Dillon Brooks is. And of all the things the game has to offer, of all the ways he can make a difference and contribute to his team, poking the bear is his specialty. Even worse, he's not very good at that either. Because even the worst villains understand that there are some players you really don't want to piss off. They aren't fazed by your trash talk, but they will ruin you for trying it. These players are on the do not trash talk list. It's an exclusive club, and once a player joins it, the
like
league...
when superstars going at it with each other, that's cool. But if you a fucking nobody and you trying to argue with, say fucking Dillon Brooks and you arguing with LeBron, it's not gonna look right, gang. Same thing. It's not gonna look right, bro. Like you a fucking goofy, bro. Now if you say like how Dame and Westbrook was arguing and they, you feel me, going back and forth, that was cool. Then you got the Luka and D Book, cool. You got the who else? Shit, John Morant versus the Warriors, that was cool. Shit. I ain't gonna put John Morant no damn person.
He comes to a silent agreement to never slight, jab, or trash talk that player. Now, any player can break this agreement if they so choose, but not without severe consequence. Larry Bird would often get challengers brave enough to trash talk him, and the result was always the same: humiliation and regret. Michael Jordan established his position on the do not trash talk list early on in his career, but that didn't stop the occasional lunatic from stepping out of line and testing him. Unfortunately for them, Michael had an unhealthy relationship with squashing marginal NBA talent into irrelevance. The result of this was always a career night for Jordan and a downward spiral of shame for the opposition. Kobe was MJ's successor on this list, and right when the league thought that no one was exempt from some competitive banter, Kobe picked up right where Jordan left off and never missed the opportunity to make another.
Kobe was way worse than Michael Jordan. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kobe was way worse than Michael Jordan. I didn't even watch Michael Jordan play, so that's why I say it. But still, though, say bless me in the chat. You can just still, you can still see that Kobe was way worse type shit. Like,
another man regret his decision to pick up a basketball. How quickly can I make a man want to quit his profession? Well, let's find out. If you trash talk the players on this list, they won't just give it right back to you. They become obsessive, driven to make sure that you become acutely aware of the fact that you are inferior. It's psychotic, really. And among active players, LeBron is the natural successor to Kobe in this regard. Time and time again, over the course of LeBron's career, players have attempted to trash talk him, to get the best of him. And time again, LeBron is given no choice but to remind.
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. LeBron and Joakim Noah, that shit was, bro. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Joakim Noah, Joakim Noah is a decent fucking player, but him trash talking to LeBron, it was actually decent, like no cap. Like it was funny as hell at one point too, but it was decent. You feel me? Joakim Noah wasn't no weak motherfucker, but he wasn't no superstar motherfucker. But he, you feel me? Like him arguing with LeBron, it was like funny as hell and decent though. You feel me?
Them exactly why that's the worst decision they've ever made on a basketball court.
But
unlike his predecessors, there's one thing missing about LeBron and his presence on the court: fear. It's been said by countless players across generations that opposing players feared the likes of Bird and Mike and Kobe, but despite being the most daunting force of his generation, LeBron James isn't
Draymond Green been from not liking LeBron to being his biggest fucking fan. I forgot about Lance Stevenson. How they didn't put Lance Stevenson in that bitch, no cap.
Necessarily feared. At least that's what some players say. This idea that as great as LeBron is, he isn't the killer that those players were. Which is weird because I've watched LeBron's entire career and I vividly remember this, and this, and this, oh, and this, and every other player who stepped out of line getting walked like a dog by LeBron James. Now, most players across the league know that this line of thinking that LeBron isn't feared is absolute horseshit. Dillon Brooks is not one of those players. And so, in an attempt to find some sort of value to his team, Dillon Brooks begins his campaign to annoy the hell out of LeBron.
Every time motherfucker trash talk. Klay Thompson said that shit. Or Steph Curry, whatever, you feel me? Lost. Dillon Brooks, lost. KG them, lost. Lance Stevenson, lost. Who else? Feel me? Joakim Noah, lost. Who else? I forget. It's a lot of fucking people, bro. There's a lot of people you can't even name, bro. Like, no cap. Like, Mario Chalmers, his ass gone.
Expecting him in the middle of games, calling him out in interviews, saying he's old, he's washed up. LeBron hadn't earned Dillon's respect yet. Despite Brooks' 5-14 career record against LeBron and the atrocious gap in head-to-head performances, Dillon Brooks was incessant, determined. It got so bad that even Skip Bayless, the LeBron hater, wanted LeBron to shut the kid up.
I seethe over this to the point that I want LeBron to destroy this man. Because
and for you to say that,
so,
that's saying
something.
If you say that, that's really crazy.
It's so uncalled for. It's so beneath the dignity of one LeBron Ramon James that he can destroy this kid if he so chose to do.
And then to top off all the antics, Brooks drove the final nail into the coffin when he said this about LeBron and the Lakers leading into the playoffs.
But I wouldn't mind playing LeBron in a 7-game series. The legacy's there. First time back in the playoffs, knock them out right away in the first round.
And that was it. Unbeknownst to him, Dillon Brooks had just ended the Grizzlies season. The playoffs hadn't even began, and yet the outcome was already determined. The kid flew too close to the sun, and his fate was sealed.
That guy, LeBron James, set the tone and tenor of this game early. 8 quick points on his way to 25, 9 rebounds, and 5 D's.
Okay, so the Lakers get out to a 2-1 lead in the series. That's not the end of the world. You can still come back from that.
The Los Angeles Lakers have the Grizzlies on the brink of elimination. Dillon Brooks picks up James. He wanted James. He gets him. James drives. James is fouled and one. LeBron!
All right. A historic night for LeBron. Not a good look for old Brooks. He should probably turn it up if he wants to salvage this series.
With the board and put back. He is dominating in the James
Joyce
the clutch. Got it to fall. LeBron activated. Slot cut by James. Oh! He rose up. It's not quite winter for LeBron James. The Los Angeles Lakers will advance by virtue of a 125-85 win.
You know, I poke bears. I don't respect no one until they come and give me 40. I pride myself on, you know, what I do is defense and taking on any challenge that's on the board.
And I look at you, Joe. They let your goof ass go. Like, you did all that talking, All that running that mouth, and your ass is finna leave. They finna get your ass gone from them. You're done.
Of all the outcomes and ways this entire saga could have ended, Brooks found himself
no
right in the middle of the worst one. Get outplayed every single game? Check. Have a historic night dropped right on your head? Check. Get ejected from a game at the hands of the guy you were trash talking? Check. Get sent home in the first round as the 2 seed by the old guy you went out of your way to disrespect? Check. Must we not forget, this is what Brooks wanted, and it's what he got. But you want to know what's worse than an obscure NBA player trying to be the villain? An obscure NBA player trying to be the villain, but after seeing the mess he's made, decides halfway through a playoff series that he doesn't want to be the villain anymore. Because after getting ejected from Game 3, Dillon Brooks had the audacity to say that we, the fans, are making him out to be the villain.
Media are making me a villain. The fans making me a villain. And then that just creates a whole different persona on me. So now you think I intended to hit LeBron James.
You're not that guy, Joe.
That's right. It's our fault. It couldn't be the season-long pest crusade he went on or the direct trash talk he was doing all season. It's just merely our perception on it. But wait, there's more. Because after LeBron went for a historic 20-20 in Game 4 and laid the dagger right on Brooks, the man refused to talk to the media and avoided all questions and interviews after the game. How ironic. You mean this guy doesn't want to do a post-game interview? But at the end of the day, you take your L and you move on. Dillon Brooks, like countless players before him, learned the hard way that he just isn't that guy. I mean, how much worse could this possibly get?
According to a new report from Shams of The Athletic, the Grizzlies told soon-to-be free agent Dillon Brooks he's not coming back to the team, quote, under any circumstances. Woo.
I take that back.
That's tough.
This is literally the worst case of mess around and find out I've ever seen in my life.
That's tough.
Now, I've seen players get humiliated, sent home, benched for talking too much. But in all my days, I have never seen a player, a starter in the NBA, get released because he was talking too much trash. Even his own team said, all right, buddy, that's enough out of you. And it's not like Brooks was a bad player, mediocre for sure, but for the Grizzlies to go to this extent to make sure that he never cost them another playoff series again is actually insane. Here's the thing, if you are going to be the bad guy, a pest, the villain, you have to embrace it, and you have to accept what comes with it. Patrick Beverley is about as unapologetic as one man can be. He's insufferable, and he'd have it no other way. Draymond Green is a jerk, an instigator, and he knows it. Trae Young loves being the villain. Dillon Brooks does not.
See, Trae Young can do that because Trae Young give your ass 40. Trae Young give your ass 40 with 10 assists, being a bad guy. Like, you feel me? I'm trying to see, bro, with Patrick Beverley. Draymond Green could, I don't know, bro. Draymond Green could talk shit. He could lock you up sometime. And then he is on a good team. Pat Bev could probably do the same thing as Draymond could do. And Pat Bev he go push it to where your ass get ejected. Like that's how crazy Pat Bev is. He go push it to where your ass get ejected or both of y'all get ejected. Like that nigga don't get no fuck.
Because as a wise man once said, everybody acting tough when they're up. Now that LeBron is older, he's slowed down, he gets injured more often, can't jump as high or run as fast, some players are beginning to think that LeBron is no longer on the do not trash talk list, that the door has opened back up and they can talk smack without consequence. But even in his ancient age, 20 years of mileage, and apparently not being one of the most feared players in the NBA, LeBron still managed to teach Brooks a lesson he'll never forget. Some bears just ain't worth poking. Hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
W video, man. No cap, man. Like they said, Joe. Don't poke the fucking bear, Joe. Now your ass will have to be going your ass to a new team. They fuck around don't want you. Then you just over it, gang. Just cause you talking shit to LeBron James. LeBron going to see your ass every fucking time. He don't want to have that same energy. Feel me? Your bitch ass don't try to, you feel me, soften up. Yeah, it's gone, Joe. That's crazy. They traded this nigga out these talking shit to LeBron. That's tough, man. Hey, let me know if y'all thought the video in the comments. Let me know your thought reaction in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. We gone.
Still don't need to send that boy a prayer. Molly blicking on couch. JD, you with me right or wrong? If you see him, know him now. I be claiming on the realest, ain't see my nephew yet. Like